Oh, intense music.
I hope you're ready for the end of the game.
Huh?
I hope you're ready for the end of the game, because this is it. He's finishing it tonight. Oh, petite youth says, wait, shades.
Yo, Shades.
Oh, it's gonna be the guy.
You? Who? No, you're the guy from Iwa Bridge who was duking it out with the big dude with your breakdancing or whatever.
Whatever you call that, I don't know.
Boom, son, I felt that.
You feel me?
Huh? The hell are you exploding for?
Don't get it on me. I'm sick of that. I already had to telefrag one guy tonight.
That battle was sick, yo. Those moves got me seriously bugging. I thought I'd seen the best Sotenbori had to offer, but your skills are to the curb.
Shove this guy in the nearest locker. I think there's some behind you somewhere.
Youthful slay. Oh.
You know, there's examples of some really bad localization in, I think, Yakuza 4, where at one point somebody says, like, the number 420, and then the thug you're talking to is like, what? 420? Blaze it? With a question mark and an exclamation point.
Oh, that's what this is about. Look, I just tried out some random stuff that came to mind. It's nothing. The hell you talking, man? It was like a bolt from the blue to me. A shout out from God. You gotta join my crew. We need you. Crew? Yeah. A Reshi crew. If you joined up, we'd be kings of Sotenbori, no question.
ARS, huh? Ars.
Hey, Reshi's the crew's name, Reshi's my name. So yeah, welcome aboard, dog. You named your crew just like very slightly different from your own name, huh?
Well, he's like the main man. He's like the guy. He's the big boy.
He's the dude.
He's the big dog. This is his garden.
You nuts? Why should I waste my time playing around with you and your friends? Go find somebody else. I ain't playing, fool. Me and my crew, we in this for real. I'm throwing down every day. We gotta take over this town, then Japan, then the world. Feel me?
I'm gonna breakdance my way to ruling the planet. Just you wait. In a couple decades, I'll be the guy everyone's talking about.
It'll be me, the God Emperor.
The God Emperor of Dance, he says, doing interpretive dance in front of you. It's like, Majo's like, I'm not gonna holy shit that. That's not nearly as cool as the stuff you were doing earlier.
This isn't nearly good enough for a fighting style.
Boo.
Yeah, that's great. And just how you plan on taking over the world by dancing on the side of the damn street. Hey, lots of folks come through Sotenbori. Entertainment bigwigs gotta be in the mix, yeah? You get one of those cats' attention, and who even knows? I suppose it's not impossible. Got plenty of guys like that come through my club every night. The way I see it, if I want the big boys to take notice, I gotta stand out more than anybody else in this town. And do that and get my ass on TV is totally possible. Huh, that's some plan. And I figure into all that... And I figure into all that how, exactly.
Man, his interpretive dance really threw you off, didn't it?
It was very shocking. It was so emotional.
I immediately felt like I should forgive you for something. It was so effective.
It hit me while I was watching you battle, dog. We take your ill moves and pump up the volume a bit. We'll be crushing every other crew in Osaka. I already got ideas.
Osaka?
Osaka? Yeah, I guess.
Osaka, I guess.
Oh, no.
That's how he'd say it. He'd be like, oh, sucka.
I already got ideas for a whole bunch of sick new moves. You get those under your belt, you'll be unstoppable, son.
Kin. Son kid.
Kid. Son boy.
Kid boy. Kid son.
Boy.
Boy. Hey.
Hey.
I was like, this guy's just talking about whatever now. I'm following along with what the hell he's saying.
Can't say I care much about dancing, but I'm pretty curious about where I can take this fighting style. And hey, you don't gotta give me an answer right now. Think on it. We practice in the alley behind Shofukucho West. You decide you're in, you come see us. Cool?
We practice at dawn.
At dawn.
At dawn we practice.
Every day, at dawn.
Be there, be square, nerdo.
Maybe I'll drop by. Don't get your hopes up, though. Name's Majima, by the way.
If only you were a couple feet further to the left, I could deal with this, says Majima.
Just a little bit. Come on.
You're just right outside that little area. Then it won't activate till I get a little closer.
just take a couple. Just take a small walk with me right over here. We can take a look at the river. A real close look at the river.
Tight.
We'll be waiting for it. You gotta come by sometime. Goodbye.
I feel like I'm forgetting something, says Majima.
What was I doing again?
Well, guess I'll turn in for the night, he says, completely forgetting.
It just goes to bed. Excuse me, clown. Whoop.
Whoops, side quest. We'll get there eventually.
At some point, yeah. Get real, you leech. What's all this then?
What?
What's all this then? Screw your little sales tax. You want us to pay a tax every time we buy something? You bloodsuckers, you'll bleed the whole country dry. I understand. Your anger is justified, but it's necessary evil for the sake of the nation's people.
No, we should just privatize roads, schools, emergency services. Everything should be privatized, this guy says.
This sounds like a fantastic idea.
My name is literally irate businessman. I think this is a good idea.
You're getting stuffed. You gonna pay sales tax on that fancy suit that you're wearing? You damn bureaucrat. This tax is only made to keep the common people down. It says
Okay, irate businessman in the 80s.
Businessman, yeah. Yeah, you vulture. That younger guy is sure taking some heat over some kind of tax issue. Guess it's my lucky day to run into the bureaucrat trying to spring the sales tax on us, all alone, in a back alley, no less. Why are you people here?
He's not alone. There's a clown guy, like, right behind us.
Yeah, he's right over there.
He's watching. He's always watching.
He's, like, leaning out from behind the pillar.
Like, very serious face, but every once in a while just reaches up and honks his horn nose.
Just without changing expression at all.
Nope. It's very intimidating. It's almost like he's saying that you're the joke.
I don't like your tone, sir. I represent the voice of the general populace. Who elected you? Did they get a say in this?
My manager promoted me, therefore I represent the general populace. Otherwise I wouldn't have been promoted, obviously. So what if I knew them several decades before I got the job at Kiryu? It's not like me being childhood friends with him gave me an edge or anything.
No.
I earned that position. Also, my dad owns the company.
It was completely fair. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps.
Yeah, so what if the person who promoted me calls me my nephew of mine? What's the matter?
Yeah, why don't we give you a little taste of public opinion? Then you'll know what oppression feels like, says irate businessman.
I wish you could watch these dweebs fight and they're just like really limp-wristed. Like they've never done it before in their lives.
They're just like slapping each other.
Oh, I usually pay somebody to do this for me. Oh, God. Oh, my hand hurts. Is it supposed to hurt like this when I slap?
Ah, my wrist.
Oh, they're just like, you hear bones cracking and they just end up in a pile. Ah, ah.
Please, calm down. Violence isn't the answer. Don't do this.
They're so weak and wimpy, they just break their own bones trying to fight.
Uh-oh, this pot's about to boil over.
Well, I guess I could just breakdance through this group for funsies.
Evening, sirs.
Get out of here before we business you to death.
Please, calm down. Shut it, asshole. Hey, fellas.
All right, guys, get ready. We're going to give him the business. Yeah, we get it. We're businessmen. You can stop now.
Yes, we are businessmen, and I am very irate. Hey, fellas, let's tone
Says
it down.
irate businessman.
Hey, fellas, let's tone it down. No sense ganging up on one guy. Have a little pride, eh? What? You don't know who this cockroach is, do you? It's they came up with the sales tax. Sales
Time
tax.
doesn't like to swear, guys.
No, I don't like it.
You called him a dickwad, I think.
Sales tax. What? Don't you watch the news? It's a new tax they're going to start charging next year. Every time you buy something, they're going to charge you 3% more as tax. Isn't that ridiculous? What?
He just puts his hands on their shoulders and like flips around and kicks the guy in the face.
He just punches him through the wall.
Oh my god.
He just he just joins the crowd, threatening him. Whoa, I about lost it for a second there. Listen, guys, I totally understand why it'd piss you off, but beating this guy to a pulp isn't going to make the sales tax go away, is it? The government,
we haven't tried yet. You don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it could. You don't know. Maybe it'll change his mind. They'll be really sorry about it.
This is like a quitter. It sounds like you don't even want to try.
Look at him. He's a total dweeb. He'll definitely turn his opinion around if we beat him up.
The power to the people, and also this will let me keep more of my money, irate businessman.
The power to the people, and by the people, I mean the businessmen.
Yeah, the people, as I see them. If you're not a businessman, are you even really a person, he says.
If you ain't part of the solution, you're part of the problem. You want to stick up for this mosquito, then we'll show you the power of the masses, too. So what you're really
Kids,
after.
I'm like a full head taller than all of you.
Have you noticed my...
Meanwhile, that guy's getting wrecked in the background. Just want to point that out. He's just being mugged.
Majima doesn't care about him, though.
That guy's like, oh, if only Majima's seen my side story instead.
Prepare for the revolution, asshole.
Yeah, stop oppressing the businessman.
Look at how much money is flying around.
No, they can't afford that tax. That guy dropped $8,000 when you hit him. Look at the money just racking. They can't afford that tax, guys. 3% would kill them.
3% can't be done. I'm sorry, I was out of line. Oh, God.
I'm gonna go hire a private army to kick your ass. Whatever. I guess that other guy didn't survive his side quest, by the way. He's kind of just gone.
Yeah, he's gone now. It won't happen again. Public outrage sure fizzles fast. Thank you for stepping in. Those people were out for blood. I'm Taiyo Matsuzato. Taiyo as in the sun. If I may, can I buy you a drink as thanks?
Why did you clarify what your name was?
I'm not sure why he needed to clarify what his name was.
Is that like a thing they do in Japan?
My
name is this. It means this. Thanks. I didn't ask.
Thanks, person who speaks the same language as me and presumably knows what the name means.
I'm gonna go ahead and just call you Dork from now on. How about that?
How's that sound, Dork?
Well, my name's the Sun. Shut up, Dork.
That's a good name. I'm Majima. No need for any thanks, though. Oh, no.
Yeah, Dork's a good name for you, I think.
You look like a dork.
My name is... Shut up, Dork.
Oh,
it's just like a hard shutdown every time. Shut up, Dork.
Oh, no, I absolutely insist. Sounds like you got your work cut out for you, though. You some kind of political big shot? Well, I don't have much in the way of rank or power, but I am in a position to help steer the country. Which, means I have rank or power, but don't worry about it.
Sometimes the Illuminati Admiralty lets me guide the ship with, lets me take the helm, you know what I'm saying? Let me grab the helm when they're in their back rooms or whatever.
Sometimes the politician I work for just kind of randomly goes, hey, my secretary, you want to just like take this one?
Oh, I guess so. You're saying I get to stamp your signature on this one? Wow.
I came to Sotenbori for a conference on taxation policy, but I wasn't prepared to face the public about it. I've changed this guy's voice about 3 times now. It's fine.
You keep making him like a whiny little loser.
You're driving a tank called the government. Even if you're careful, people are going to be pissed when you steamroll them. Ellipses.
Well, the road needs paving.
But you're trying to make this country a better place to live, right? You gotta take some pride in that.
Well, someone has to pave the roads, he says. I'm starting to think I don't like you as much.
Do you think so? I knew people would be unhappy with the new tax, but only on a logical level. When I saw how emotional they got about it, well, it was daunting. I almost changed it back. Can you believe what would happen if I did that? If they find out the sales tax is only the tip of the iceberg and that there are more taxes on the way, I hate to think how people will react. What? More taxes on top of the sales tax?
He says, like, just reflexively choking him.
Just like lifts him clean off the ground with one hand.
He just like drop him, like shakes out. Oh god, the bloodlust came over again. Oh god.
Right, nothing's set in stone yet, but we're considering many more effective ways of generating revenue streams. In fact, at tomorrow's conference, I have to give a talk on some of those proposals. That's so. Well, I guess with everyone making such good money these days, you can't fault the government for wanting to get their hands on the pie. Yes, but as you've seen firsthand, we have to consider public opinion. I know if I can really come up with a tax policy that everyone could live with. Good luck with that. Even if they're throwing cash into the fireplace, nobody wants the government to hold out its hand. Yeah, that's where I'm stuck. I haven't found the right balance, and I'm a little lost at the moment.
If only a random stranger on the internet on the road, who just saved my life could perhaps help me with this policy decision that will affect millions.
But where will I find one of those? On such short notice. Well, I can't understand a lick of what you're trying to do, but take care of the country for us, alright? But wait, Majima-san, can you help me just once more? Huh? You got another mob waiting to string you up?
Yeah.
Oh no, not that.
Well, I mean, yes, but there's something else, though.
All the time, actually.
Just comes with a job.
They caught me without my bodyguard today, unfortunately.
They strang him up earlier, so he wasn't your homie.
He had an unfortunate run-in with the clown over there, you see.
I'm just here honking.
Oh no, not that. I want to get your views on taxation. What? I know less than nothing on the subject of taxes. That's why you're perfect. You see, I just had this idea. Perhaps someone who is completely ignorant of taxation can offer an entirely different perspective. You think? Please, Majima-san, it's no exaggeration. The fate of this country rests on your shoulders. Will you please give me advice on taxation policy? No.
I mean, I guess I could change the fate of the country.
I suppose. If I have to. What am I getting out of it?
Taxes.
Great. Thanks.
Oh, man.
I'm proposing this radical new idea. We call them reverse taxes. It's where the government gives other people money.
Yeah, it's where the government gives, like, contractors and people who work at schools money so that they do things like services. But to generate those reverse taxes, we need to start making regular taxes. You win so far, Majima?
Okay, you win. Let's talk some taxes. Thank you. Your insight will be invaluable. But this is hardly the place for it. Can we go somewhere more appropriate? I'm getting slightly intimidated by the clown, and I would really like to get out of here.
Honk, honk.
Honk, honk. Just a slow honk, honk.
It's like he does it so slow that half of it's like a whistling sound because the air is not squeaking right. Just sounds distorted and wrong.
Sure, lead the way.
I feel like I was supposed to be doing something right now, Sismandro.
Must not be important. It's fine.
It's fine.
It definitely can't be as important as the fate of the country.
I mean, taxes are pretty important.
Now, you better keep in mind, I don't know the first thing about tax policy. Don't expect much from me. No, that's exactly why I asked you. I know you'll have some unique insights, not bound by typical conventions. So you're basically hoping to strike gold in a copper mine. Well, let's just make sure you're not completely in the dark with the basic question. Sure. Majima-san, do you know why the government collects taxes from the people? To keep the people down!
To keep the people down.
To provide public services. To collect on our debts.
To keep the people down by collecting on our debts.
For public services.
Yeah, the public service of paying themselves, you know what I'm saying? They all vote aye on increasing their own salaries this year once again.
Oh, what a surprise. They did just like every year.
We could slash that education budget, though.
Look. Look at this 80 billion more dollars that we just somehow found for the military.
Wow. Who'd have thought that about 79 billion of that would come back to our pockets? Crazy.
To provide public services. It's for providing public services, right? Ah, yes. That's exactly right. I'm sorry for asking such a basic question. Just as you said, Majima-san, taxes are collected mainly for providing public services.
Mainly.
Mainly.
He says with a small smile and shifty eyes.
Education, medical care, the police, fire departments, and so much more are paid by taxes. They pay for services that the people need to survive.
Sorry, we raise the money for that through taxes, but those are reverse taxes, remember. You got me confused there for a second, but now I'm on track, says Majima.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah, we gotta build roads and bridges and keep them in working order, right? But there's more to it than that. Exactly. They also serve other purposes as it pertains to general wealth. But we don't need to go into that much detail. Like I said, there's a whole lot I don't know. Oh, but aren't you interested in where your money goes? It's always good to know more about taxes. Yeah, I'm getting a proper school in here.
Wouldn't you like to know more about taxes? Then Majima just falls asleep.
Does Majima pay taxes, though, actually?
He probably has to through the grand right now.
I guess, the grand.
At least to some degree so they don't get in trouble, right?
Yeah, I suppose.
Are you trying to imply that the Yakuza aren't honorable and don't pay taxes?
I'm sure they'd never do anything to get out of paying taxes, the Yakuza.
Kiryu pays his taxes.
Kiryu definitely pays his taxes.
Well, you know what? Of all he's supposed to be like Yakuza, right? But I never see him doing any actual crimes.
Yeah, he beat up a guy at the beginning of this game.
Yeah, but he's like a young Yakuza here. He's not the big ass off legend that he is in every other game.
No, he's a good, honorable man.
I mean, at the start of the first one, I guess he's collecting a debt or something, but I mean, that's a debt. They're just late, and I guess you got to go do it.
He stops to help little old ladies cross the street.
He stops to prevent other Yakuza from bullying people in the street.
Yeah. Okay, let's shift the main theme. Majima-san, if you were in the position of collecting taxes from people, what would you tax? Adult entertainment, tobacco, Sato-san, which I'm not sure what that means. Is that like a specific person?
It would be a person.
I guess.
You don't remember everyone's favorite character, Sato-san?
You
don't remember that character that everyone else remembers?
I guess tobacco. Tobacco's pretty big, especially in the 80s.
Pretty big, pretty important. Still kind of big. Still unfortunately rich.
Literally everybody smoking in this game.
It's almost like it's one of the main reasons why marijuana isn't legal in some states in America. It's because the tobacco industry is too powerful and has too much money.
Yeah.
That and alcohol.
Yeah. Why not charge taxes on tobacco? Tobacco, you say? Interesting.
But how exactly do you think we should go about that, Majima? Well, for every pack they make, you get one free cigarette.
Yeah. That's
obviously. Duh, he says, eating a cigarette.
Eating one, yeah. I wish they had the wasabi for it here.
Oh, it's so bland without the wasabi. Order up some wasabi, please. Oh, I see we got some smokers in here, says the guy dropping out some wasabi.
The ashtray full of wasabi. Tobacco, you say? Interesting. Since the government monopoly on tobacco products ended 3 years ago, there actually has been a small tax on tobacco products. Yeah, I smoke myself, so I don't really want to pay a tax on them, but I suppose they're non-essential. And if you're going to jack up taxes, it's the non-essential stuff that you start with. People might even be more likely to understand a tax on smokes, right? I see. A tobacco tax. Yeah.
A tabax, if you will.
A tabax. Yeah, it packs around 200 yen now. People will complain. They'll
bitch and moan.
But I think they'd still fork over 300. I see. Interesting. At the 400 mark, though, I think I'd have a long, hard think about each pack being worth it. Yes, I think at point, I'd consider cutting back on my intake too. And what about 500 a pack? I'd probably quit. Cold turkey. You'd quit at 500, but if we raised it incrementally... He started muttering all of a sudden. What else do you think would have a potential for taxation? I think something that's closely tied to everyday living would have the best potential. A tax tied to everyday living, huh? Pretty shrewd. And what about air? Tax people for breathing.
Maybe blood loss? I see people bleeding a lot in my day-to-day life.
The more blood you have in you.
The more blood you spill on the street making a mess, they tax you for it. Man, I'm gonna make this country rich, says Majima.
Hey, somebody's got to clean that up. You got to pay for that.
Gotta pay for that.
Only fair.
That's where the reverse taxes come in, see? Majima's starting to catch on. Air.
Pets. Gasoline. For air.
Taxing that gasoline, kid.
How about jacking up the tax on gasoline? Ah, a gasoline tax. Why not? People with cars are obviously living it up here. Why not skim a little more off the top? The price of gas is dependent on the cost of petroleum, so people have experienced price hikes before. They should be used to price creep, actually.
Well, hold on, Majima. Won't somebody think of the oil barons?
Won't somebody please think of the poor, impoverished oil barons?
I guess the taxes mostly hit the people buying the gas, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, tax the oil then.
There's also a provisional tariff on gas tax, yes. There's certainly room to raise taxes without too much notice. Hey.
Why don't we just eat the oil barons, says Majima. I'd be down for that plan.
I could go for some oil baron right now.
I've got the wasabi just sitting here.
You don't happen to know any oil barons nearby, do you?
Just starts sweating profusely. It's like,
Since we're apparently not ordering food here either.
Well, he doesn't get hungry because he smokes all the time, see? Make it back to cigarettes.
Hey, why all the muttering? You're not feeling that one either?
Yeah.
Oh no, far from it. I think it's a fantastic idea. I will definitely follow up on it. Oh, good to hear. Majima-san, anything else? Do you have anything else to say on the matter of taxation?
Yeah, I want to have a get out of jail free card because I'm helping you.
Can I just kind of not do taxes? Oh yeah, right. Well, I was thinking about that sales tax those goofballs we're all riled up about. Yes. So next year we got to start paying 3% on top of everything we buy, right?
Hey.
Yes. That's how it works. Well, why stop at 3%? Sure, you can go in at that rate, but wouldn't you get more if you bumped it up? That would be impossible. Majima-san, you saw what happened. Just a 3% tax caused so much outrage. People wanted to tear me apart. To charge more would probably end in open revolt. Those businessmen would be so irate.
Oh my god, won't somebody think of the poor businessman? He's like, oh my god, Majima, what you're saying is so daring, so brave. Say it again, but slower.
No, Tayo-chan. What happened to not calling people Chan, like, so after just meeting them?
Well, whatever. I guess he picked it up out of that side quest. I don't know.
You ain't thinking. People are pissed because you sprang a new thing on them, and you had to turtle up. You got to think about the long game. The long game? Familiarity is a scary thing, my friend. Sure, people are, moaning about this shiny new tax. But once it becomes a regular part of life, they'll move on to the next thing to complain about. And that's when you start gradually turning the screws. Every time you hike it up, you'll get some more blubber in, but they won't be screaming bloody murder like the first time you introduce the tax. Want to know why? Because they'll be used to getting screwed. If something they're already accepting gets a little worse, it's just the facts of life doing what they do. So if you want to pull in the cash, you gotta have a plan to really amp up the sales tax. Majima-san, I'm getting goosebumps. Oh, Majima.
Slower, please.
And I think you're terrifying, actually. Are you even of this earth? What is he?
Do you have a church? Perhaps a pamphlet that I can subscribe to?
You really want to know? No, not really.
I don't think I can handle it. I'm full to bursting already.
Then if the sales tax were to be raised, how high do you think it should go? How high should it go, huh? You're started at 3%, right? Let me see here.
50 gazillion.
8, I guess.
I don't remember.
I don't know.
I don't see a 100%, so we're not going to be able to pick that one.
Just 100. 200%. No, 300.
The fucking infinity percent. Just keep giving us money. You want a cigarette? Well, now you just owe us everything you ever make.
Say around 8%. I see, 8%. Actually, that's a good number. It's neither too close nor too far from the double-digit 10% threshold. There would be dissent among the people, but I imagine it could actually be workable.
That's what the street paving is for.
But an 8% sales tax will bump a 100 yen thing up to 108. That'd sure hurt my enthusiasm for buying pricey stuff.
Just wait for the bubble to pop. That's real rough.
Oh yeah, it won't be great. Maybe if we went from the initial 3% up to 5%, waited a little longer, and then hiked it up to the proposed 8%, then eventually we'd 10%.
And then 100%. Fuck it.
And then 100 overnight.
Once we hit the double digits, they won't notice when we hit the triple digits. They'll just be like, oh, another digit? Whatever, seen it.
And then 1,000.
Whatever's just another digit. What's another digit, you know?
Says Majima.
And then the ads will be like, just one more digit. I mean, who cares if it's another digit?
Enough with the muttering under your breath, Teo-chan. Oh, sorry. I was lost in my thoughts. Majima-san, I'm so glad I took the time to speak with you. You're a wealth of ideas. Yeah, glad I was useful. Useful doesn't begin to describe it. Please, take this. It's just a token of my thanks. I got a primeval spirit stone, which this guy had for some reason.
Oh, baby.
Okay, better get going.
I coughed this up when you said 8%. I was like,
oh, my primal spirit. Oh, no.
oh, I guess I'll give it to you, you god among men.
He goes home and sets up a little shrine to Majima.
Oh, man. He doesn't remember what he looks like, though, because he didn't have a camera on him, so he, like, sketches him.
He remembers the eye patch. It's fine.
As the years go by, he just starts looking different.
Okay, I better get going. I need to get back to the hotel and prepare my presentation for the tax conference tomorrow.
20 years from now, I won't even recognize you, but I'll still be worshiping you in my own way.
I could see you on the street and never even know.
He's not a very good artist, though, so it's, like, really shitty in the picture.
Attaboy, do your country proud, you hear? It looks like a kindergarten drawing.
He has, like, crayons. Pat. Yeah, you're a dork.
Pat.
Scamper off now.
Will do, Majima-san. I'll be sure to work in your advice. See you.
Then he bamps away.
He just kind of, like, dissolves into mist.
Another day, another spirit put to rest, says Majima.
He did give me a spirit stone, so...
Just fades away after getting that advice. His unfinished business was 1, not getting his ass kicked, and 2, realizing what the best policies for taxation was.
Not implementing them, just knowing what they are.
Yeah, that was his unfinished business. He's never finished that project.
Whew. I never figured I'd be in a position to give a guy in the business of running our country advice. Tayo-chan seems to get a handle on how to go about jacking up taxes, too. Good for him. Wait. Jacking up taxes? Did I just... If taxes go up, is it my fault? Nah, no way.
Whoops.
No.
Well, he doesn't pay taxes anyways, yuck. So. Majima definitely doesn't pay taxes.
Oh.
Well, I guess he might later,
Oh.
but...
Bye. See ya.
Goodbye.
Just stay back there, sir.
Here you are, backpedal to this street again.
Yeah.
You might make it this time, or you might run into another side quest.
Well, it's also 11 o'clock.
Well, if you want to call it then.
Yeah, I'm kind of tired tonight.
All right. Well, then that's going to be it for tonight. Everybody, yay.
We'll definitely finish the thing next time.
We did a couple story things and a bunch of side missions.
Well, I mean, we kind of just walked into them on accident, so...
It's hard not to in these games. Just with how thin these alleyways are.
They're on every street corner.
Savor those cigarettes, you're not going to be able to afford them in a little while, Majima. Every box is going to be 1 cigarette short. Whoops.
It's gonna be 300 whole yen.
Oops.
Well,
All right, well, that's it.
yeah.
And then next time, what are we playing?
Next time we might be playing this. We might be doing something else. Who knows?
Who knows?
We'll see.
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye.